Hey guys, welcome to Franklin Woodworks. Or maybe I should say, welcome to New York. I recently spent some glorious time in New York City, and I thought I'd share a couple of interesting things with you. At least, interesting to me. Excluding guitar builders, I had three main sources of inspiration when I began woodworking. The first guy I discovered on YouTube was Izzy Swan. Izzy was inspirational because he can make just about anything with a table saw and a drill. From staircase spindles to bowling balls, a table saw is all you need. And I took that to heart and started making stuff. The next guy I discovered was Jay Bates. And Jay taught me that you can build some really nice things with cheap wood. From bunk beds to the ultimate workbench, all you need is stuff at Home Depot. And I took that to heart and started building my shop. Then there was Jimmy DiResta. Jimmy taught me that I was an inferior human being, and I mean that in the nicest possible way. Jimmy doesn't appear to have any limitations like I do. He has no limitations on the materials he chooses to work with, no limitations on what he makes with those materials, and no limitations on inspiration. I'm still trying to take this one to heart, but it's hard to break the chains of my comfort zone. But anyway, while I was in Manhattan, I decided to take the pilgrimage and try to find Jimmy's shop. I'm a big respecter of privacy, so I had no intention of bothering him if he was there, although I knew he was probably at his place upstate. I'm also not going to tell you where it is, although I'm sure you could figure it out with a couple of searches on the Google machine. When I found what I thought was his shop, I was stunned. Surely this can't be it. There is no way that Jimmy became the force on YouTube that he is down this hole in the ground. Personally, if I had to haul materials in and out of that hole, much less major tools, that would be a limitation I'm not sure I could push through. It may be just another day for a New Yorker, but for us Southerners used to wide open spaces, I am truly stunned at the amount of effort it took to set up his shop and the effort it took just to do anything in there. But still not convinced I was in the right spot, I began looking for evidence, and I think I found it. Not only was there evidence that Jimmy had been there, but also Laura Kampf and Jimmy's buddies at Retro Weld. So I think I got it right. After that successful excursion, I was walking around Midtown, just a few blocks from the south end of Central Park, when I discovered the strangest thing I thought I would ever see in Manhattan. Are you kidding me? Home Depot in the concrete jungle? What on earth could they possibly sell that people here would want? No one has a garage, no one has a yard, and only the wealthy could have an outdoor space for a garden. So I had to go inside. The store was almost completely underground. It looked like a Home Depot inside, just with lower ceilings and a disjointed layout. The thing that stunned me the most was the cost of the products. It was exactly the same as back home. I checked several items that I buy fairly frequently and checked some power tools that I'm familiar with, and the prices were the same. That's pretty surprising when you consider a ham sandwich cost about $12 here. Of course, I did find plenty of evidence of New York nonsense. You can die for your country at 17, vote for president at 18, but you have to be 21 to buy a utility knife. Wow. I'll refrain from commentary on that subject. I noticed you couldn't buy a lawnmower here, and there wasn't a section for all the landscaping products we're all used to. But other than that, I guess it's all fairly normal. Except, I had to find the lumber section. Turned out this was pretty hard to find, partly because the layout of the store was so disjointed, but mostly because it was infinitesimal. This, folks, is the lumber section at the Manhattan Home Depot. I counted 8 2x4s. So there you go.